Hey guys, what's up? Scottish Duck here once again. So yeah, I just wanted to come out here and give a little first impressions video for you, okay? And what game am I first impressioning? Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. So yeah, a little bit of backstory, okay? Back in early 2010, this game came out, okay? Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and it was really fucking good, okay? I've always been a massive Sega fanboy. You guys know this. You know this so well, you know? But when this game came out, the amount of fan service I found in it just, overwhelmed me. It really did, you know? And with that said, you know, it's nothing on the same level as, Smash Brothers is to Nintendo, you know? It was just a collection of Sega characters, obscure and well known and all that, and just a really fun racing game together, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I really did. I got the platinum trophy on it and everything. So 2.5 years later, which seems like quite a long time actually to make a sequel to a game like this, but we now have Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed. The gimmick of this game is that there's 3 different playstyles. You've got your car, traditional on ground stuff. You've got in the air control, and you've got on water control. Now, when this game got first revealed, there was a lot of comparisons to Mario Kart 7, which I haven't played, so I can't compare. And I'll admit, you know, releasing a trailer like that, showing off the 3 different modes of transportation just after Mario Kart 7 come out, it was inevitable they were going to raise a few eyebrows, and they did. But I can say without a doubt that all 3 gameplay styles in this game are outstanding, okay? The on-ground driving is just as tight as ever with the use of the drift and whatnot. Being in the air is just pretty typical stuff, you know, going in the 3 dimensions, upwards, downwards, trying to go for boosters and that. And being in the water is typically the least preferable option, you know, it's more slow. In fact, when you go in the water, there's usually like a branching path to either take the road or the air, or take the water, and the air or that one will be more difficult to get and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of variety in the tracks and all that. But I think I'm getting ahead of myself here, okay? I want to talk about why I got it for the PS3, actually. I got it for PS3 because, simply put, it's not on Steam yet, and I don't have a Wii U. The Wii U version is supposed to look better, but I wanted to play it now, so I got this. And the reason for the mega impulse buy is because, actually, before I even say that, I should say, Sega's been pissing me off in the past few months, guys, okay? It's their new restructuring system that they came out with that says that they're only going to be releasing a few physical releases every year, and they're going to be concentrating on digital releases. And that's just really bugged me, you know? I really miss the fact that all these cool Sega games coming out, because 2012 has been a really good year for Sega. We had fucking Binary Domain, we had Rhythm Thief, we had Yakuza Dead Souls, which I liked it, and you know, a few others, but now it's so we're not going to get much of that. And amongst the titles that they said they were going to be concentrating on was Sonic, which resulted in the sequel to Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. So yeah, in the past few months, the Sega fanboy in me has kind of died down. He's not went away, he's just not been as loud in that, you know? But all it took was, listening to a few of the songs from the soundtrack of this game, and I was buying day one, ran right into the shop and bought it. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil what tracks are in this game, but suffice to say it's awesome. And little comparisons to both games for a minute, actually. When this game came out, I was really blown away by the character roster, you know, but the actual tracks were a little bit, they left a lot to be desired, because there wasn't much variety in the tracks in terms of being based on levels from the Sega universe. That and the music in this game was all ripped from previous games, you know, there was no remixes, they were all completely ripped from previous games, which, you know, maybe it's because they actually made remixes for this game and they're fucking awesome, maybe it's just because of that, but now I'm looking at this and being like, that's fucking inexcusable, that's a lot of keek! Right, but regardless, yeah, the remixes in this game are immensely good, seriously. I can't remember his name, but they've got the same guy doing the music and that. They've got the same guy doing all the remixes, and he does a really good job. They all sound kind of techno-y. you know, which I like, which is really good. So yeah, brilliant music, you know, and a lot more variety in the actual music tracks also. And with that said, you know, the tracks are also a lot better. There's more obscure tracks. Well, actually, they're not necessarily obscure. Well, I guess Panzer Dragoon is sort of obscure, but yeah, there's a lot more variety in tracks. You know, they're not just tracks, and then there's like multiple tracks based on the same theme. You know, you had like 3 levels based off Seaside Hill in this game. You had 3 levels based off Casino Park, and you had 3 levels. You had like 4 levels, I think, based off the same level from like Monkey Ball and stuff, and it just seemed like a missed opportunity, but that's fixed here, okay? Granted, they've actually copied some tracks from this game into this game, but it's mainly for the purposes of like a unique mission or that, you know, they don't play a big part in the game, so it doesn't come off as lazy or anything, at least to me. But yeah, while the music and the track selection is incredible, I'm actually surprisingly a little underwhelmed by the choice in characters. I mean, fair enough, there's some really good ones in here, like Joe Musashi, Gilius Thunderhead, and Vise from Skies of Arcadia, which I'm so happy got in there, if you remember that video I made on my main channel when the first game came out. But they kind of use the same characters in different universes. Like, you've got Beat from Jet Set Radio, but you've also got Gum from Jet Set Radio. The same with Ai and Nene from Super Monkey Ball, and Ooh La and Pudding from Space Channel 5. I just sort of look at it and think, couldn't you put a different character from a different game in there rather than using multiple characters from the same game? It just would have been better. It just would have been better that way, you know. That and the fact that Danica Patrick and Wreck-It Ralph are in this game. Now, I don't object to their presence or anything, but I do sort of look at them and think, couldn't they just put more Sega characters in? That would have been better, but again, whatever, you know. So, with that said though, you know, this is like used. I like this game more than any other Mario Kart that ever came out, okay? And as far as I can tell right now, based on the like 2 or 3 hours that I've played, this game actually blows it out of the fucking water. It is so good. The amount of like production value, you know, the game looks amazing, sounds amazing, everything about it is really, really fucking good. And there's hundreds of modes to go about, and yeah, I haven't played the whole game in its entirety yet, but I'm definitely loving this so much, you know? The only little niggle I got is that, as you can see here, it says limited edition. It's because in here there's a code that lets you download Metal Sonic as a racer, and the Outrun Bay, which is, you know, a track based on Outrun. And you need to put the code in and download it, and it's only like a kilobyte long, so obviously it's on the disc. And you know, I was just like, oh, that's lame, Sega. Why'd you have to do that? I don't know if you can unlock those levels in the context of the game, and it's just there as a little, like, you can unlock it right away, a wee extra. But still, it's just like, why? It's annoying. So yeah, with that, I think that's all I've really got to say so far. I'm definitely digging this. It's really like fired up the Sega fanboy in me. At least for the time being. And yeah, really good job, Sumo Digital and Sega. You've done a brilliant, brilliant job. I'm probably going to pick this game up on Wii U and maybe even PC when it goes on sale on Steam. That's just what these games do to me, you know. So yeah, that's all I've really got to say about that, guys. I definitely recommend you go pick it up. And yeah, Sega rocks. Yeah. See you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.